I've learned that to achieve anything truly worthwhile in life, you've got to take risks. Nothing. Nelson Mandela once said, "There is no passion to be found playing small in settling for a life that is less than the one you are capable of living." Now, I'm sure that during your time in school, while applying to college, picking your major, and figuring out what you want to do with life, people have probably told you to make sure you have something to fall back on. You know, make sure you got a backup plan, honey. But I never quite understood that concept, having something to fall back on. If I'm gonna fall, I don't want to fall back on anything. I want to fall forward. I figure at least this way, I'll see what I'm gonna hit. And remember, without consistency, you'll never finish anything. So do what you're truly passionate about. Take chances. Don't be afraid to fail. There's an old IQ test with 9 dots. The challenge was to connect all 9 dots by drawing 5 straight lines with a pencil without lifting the pencil from the paper. The only way to solve it was to go outside the box. So don't be afraid to think outside the box. Don't be afraid to fail big, to dream big. But always remember, dreams without goals are just dreams. Reggie Jackson struck out 2,600 times in his career, the most in baseball history. But you don't hear about the strikeouts, do you? People remember the home runs. Fall forward. Thomas Edison conducted 1,000 failed experiments. Did you know that? I didn't. Because his 1,001st attempt was the light bulb. Fall forward. Every failed experiment is just one step closer to success. You gotta take risks. I'm sure you've heard that before, but I want to explain why it's so crucial. You will fail at some point in your life. You will lose. You will embarrass yourself. You will suck at something. There's no doubt about it. And I know that's probably not a traditional message for a graduation ceremony, but hey, I'm telling you, embrace it. Because it's inevitable. In the acting business, you fail all the time. Early in my career, I auditioned for a part in a Broadway musical. It seemed like the perfect role for me, except for one small detail. I can't sing. I didn't get the job. But here's the thing. I didn't quit. I didn't fall back. I walked out of there ready to prepare for the next audition, and the next, and the next. I prayed, and I prayed. But I kept failing and failing and failing. It didn't matter though, because you know what they say. If you hang around a barbershop long enough, sooner or later, you're gonna get a haircut. Eventually, you'll catch a break. And I did. Last year, I did a play called Fences on Broadway. But here's the kicker. It was at the Court Theater, the very same theater where I'd failed that first audition 30 years earlier. The point is, every single graduate here today has the training and the talent to succeed. But do you have the guts to fail? If you're not failing, you're not even trying. I'll say it again. If you're not failing, you're not even trying. To get something you've never had, you have to do something you've never done. Imagine you're on your deathbed. Standing around you are ghosts representing your unfulfilled potential. The ghost of ideas you never acted on. The ghost of talents you didn't use. They're standing there, angry, disappointed, and upset. They say, "We came to you because you could have brought us to life." They say, "And now we have to go to the grave together with you." So I ask you today, how many ghosts will be around your bed when your time comes? I just got back from South Africa. It's a beautiful country, but there are places there with terrible, pervasive poverty that desperately need help. And Africa's just the tip of the iceberg. The Middle East needs your help. Japan needs your help. Alabama needs your help. Tennessee needs your help. Louisiana needs your help. Philadelphia needs your help. The world needs a lot, and we need it from you. We really do. We need it from you, young people. I mean, I'm not speaking for everyone else up here, but I know I'm getting a little grayer. We need it from you, the young people. Because remember this, you've got to get out there. You got to give it everything you've got, whether it's your time, your talent, your prayers, or your treasures. What are you going to do with what you have? I'm not talking about how much you have. Some of you are business majors, some are theologians, nurses, sociologists. Some of you have money, some of you have patience, some of you have kindness, some of you have love, some of you have the gift of long suffering. Whatever it is, whatever your gift is, what are you going to do with what you have? All right, now here's my last point about failure. Sometimes it's the best way to figure out where you're going. Your life will never be a straight path. I started at Fordham University as a pre-med student. I took a course called Cardiac Morphogenesis. I couldn't read it, I couldn't pronounce it, and I surely couldn't pass it. So then I decided to go into pre-law, then journalism. And with no real academic focus, my grades took off in their own direction, downwards. I had a 1.8 GPA, and a university very politely suggested that it might be better for me to take some time off. I was 20 years old. I was at my lowest point. Lowest. And then one day, I remember the exact date, March 27, 1975, I was helping my mother in her beauty shop. My mother owned a beauty shop up in Mount Vernon. There was this older woman there, considered one of the elders in the town. I didn't know her personally, but I was looking in the mirror, and every time I did, I could see her behind me just staring at me. She kept looking at me, giving me these strange looks. Finally, she took the dryer off her head and said something I'll never forget. She said, "Young boy, I have a prophecy, a spiritual prophecy." She said, "You are going to travel the world and speak to millions of people." And in the years that followed, just as that woman prophesied, I have traveled the world and spoken to millions of people through my movies. Millions who, until this very day, couldn't really see me. And who, until this day, I couldn't see while I was talking to them. They couldn't see me. They could only see the movie character. They couldn't see the real me, but I see you today. And I'm encouraged by what I see. I'm strengthened by what I see. Because taking risks isn't just about going for a job. It's also about knowing what you know and what you don't know. It's about being open to people and to new ideas. The chances you take, the people you meet, the people you love, the faith that you have, that's what's going to define you. Never be discouraged. Never hold back. Give everything you've got. And when you fall throughout life, remember this: fall forward.